welcome back. There's just two more cases here that I'll go just mention real quickly. In Buffalo, New York, just in the last couple of weeks, parents who had been homeschooling their kids for 8 years were arrested and put in jail for one reason. They didn't register their kids with the government. I mean, why should they have to register their kids with the government? They were put in jail for that. And then just this last week now, the New Hampshire legislature was considering a bill that would put onerous tests and so forth requirements on homeschooling kids. It was essentially an attack on homeschooling. Fortunately, the legislature backed off this time. But, you know, even though they failed this time, they're going to keep coming back. They want to, until they control every little aspect of education in this country. I'm telling you, this Parental Protection Act of 2010 there's an urgent need for it, and there's a pressing need for it. Now, it wasn't always the case that the government believed its rights were superior to parents' rights. As Jeff Jacoby mentioned in an October 17, 2007 article, an editorial opinion in the Boston Globe titled "Big Brother at School," I'm going to quote from his article. He said, he quoted another document that said, "Freedom of education, being an essential of civil and religious liberty, must not be interfered with under any pretext, whatever. We are opposed to state interference with parental rights and the rights of conscience in the education of children as an infringement of the fundamental doctrine that the largest individual liberty consistent with the rights of others ensure the highest type of American citizenship and the best government." That quote, that ringing endorsement of parental supremacy in education, was adopted by the Democratic National Convention in Chicago, of all places, in 1892. And Jeff says that just goes to show what was possible before the Democrat Party was taken hostage by the teachers' unions. In that article, October 2007 article, Mr. Jacoby goes on to show that the many failures of the government schools, and closes the article by stating that, quote, "A more fundamental truth is this. In a society founded on political and economic liberty, government schools have no place." I'd agree with that. "Free men and women don't entrust the state with the molding of their children's minds or character. As we wouldn't trust the state to feed our kids, or clothe them, or to get them to bed on time, neither should we trust the state to teach them. What 19th century Democrats understood, 21st century Americans need to relearn." End of quote. Oh no, last statement. "Education is too important to be left to the government." That's the most important part. Because you may recall that in my presentation on the Educational Tax Relief Act, I made what I said was a profound statement. And it actually matches Jeff's last statement. Jeff said, "Education is too important to be left to the government." What I said in my presentation was, 2 years later, I didn't know he had written his article in 2007. I didn't find out about it just recently. My statement was just my own thinking, but we're both in agreement. My statement was, which I considered a profound statement, "The education of our children is a critical function for ensuring their lifetime well-being." And here's the profound part. "In fact, education is so critical it should never, ever be placed in the hands of government." And Mr. Jacoby is saying the same thing. Education is too important to be left to the government. And that includes deciding the school curriculum. So, I'm, for one, am tired of the government telling me how to educate my children. And in the process, turning out functional illiterates while they subvert my children's morals. I want my creator-endowed and once universally understood parental rights back. I want to control my child's education. I don't want my child to be a functional illiterate, do you? I want my child to be able to competently read, write, think, and calculate. Don't you? I sure hope so. It's time, in fact, it's way past time to restore and to protect our parental rights. The California Parental Protection Act of 2010 is a significant step toward restoring our creator-endowed parental rights. Let's do it. Well, that's it for this initiative. It's time to move on and time to move out. Let's get all of the 1 million petition signatures for this initiative, plus the other 2 initiatives sent in this month. With the Invite Friends feature, this is doable. So take action, invite your friends, and contribute. Your action will be rewarded immensely every year henceforth. Don't rest until the job is done. And I've said before, it's been rumored the post office business is off, so I'm sure the Newport Beach postal employees would appreciate your kind support. So let's show them some warmth by flooding their facility with as much as 3 million pieces of mail over the next few weeks. I'm sure they'll be grateful and thank you profusely. So thanks for listening, and thanks for the actions you're about to take. Let's roll.